Congratulations on this big achievement of moving to WordPress for your business's website platform. This is something that is that you're going to find extremely powerful. It's something that even though it might seem a little bit hard to do at first, and there might be a little bit of a learning curve, eventually that learning curve flattens out. And even though it flattens out, you're going to see that this platform is super powerful, and it also allows you to start building a big foundation for your marketing efforts for your business. This is definitely going to give you an edge when it comes to your competition, because a lot of business owners do not use WordPress, even though it is used. It is the most widely used platform on the web. So, what we're going to do in these series of videos, we're going to start off with just a general overview of WordPress, which is what this video is about. Then we're going to go into the administrator panel, start looking at all of the various features of WordPress. And with that, we're going to start seeing how to add things such as posts, add things such as pages, change themes out, change plugins, and do just about everything that you wanted to do with your website without having to hire a webmaster full-time or part-time and constantly have to spend money over and over and over again just to get your message out there to your buyers. And so with that, let's start with the overview. So if you have no idea what WordPress is, it is what is called a content management system. WordPress actually started out as a blogging platform, but soon their developers saw the need to be able to do a lot more than just blog. And so with that, you're going to see a lot of different websites have a lot of different themes to them and a lot of different looks to them, and they don't always look like blogs, and that's a good thing. Right now, there are a lot of content management platforms such as Drupal, Joomla, and just loads of them out there, and they all tend to be very, very hard to use or very cumbersome and have high learning curves. The beauty about WordPress is that it's extremely easy to use, and the learning curve is very, very short. So with that, I want to give you a tour of just what you can. Your website looks a certain way, but there are always certain themes. Or I shouldn't say themes because we're going to get into terminology, but there are certain aspects of a WordPress website that are always the same, and we're going to go into that. But first, let's go through a little tour of WordPress website. This is the default theme that comes with WordPress, and it's actually one of the default themes. And you're going to see that it looks pretty much like a blog, right? It just has a lot of scrolling texts. Each one of these areas down here are different blog posts. You have a nav bar, a navigation bar here that is editable. So anything that you want to add here, take away, you can add and take away, even these child pages and so on. Over here you have a sidebar. You can add anything you want into that sidebar. And if we were to click into, say, one of these posts, these are what are called WordPress posts. You'll see that it is one single post, and you can see all the comments and stuff. This is a test site that we have. And you can see all the comments and so on on that single post. So going back, we're back to the main home page. If I go to this page, it's called a page, and you're going to learn the difference between a post and a page later on. If you go to this page, you see that we have a static page here called About the Tests and a couple of different links and so on. But this is your standard, typical WordPress website. It's not even this is a blog, but because WordPress has changed so much, it's not even good terminology to call WordPress a blog anymore, like a WordPress blog. It's usually now a WordPress website because you have so much. So let's look at some other ones real quick. In each WordPress website, you're going to have, just to give you some of the ideas of what you're always going to have. You're always going to have your title. You're always going to have this navigation bar. You're always going to have these blog posts in some form or another, and you're also always going to have these pages in some form or another, and some kind of widgetized sidebar. It might not always be on the side. It might be on the bottom, top, and so on. But you're always going to have those things, and I'm going to show you them in all of the different websites that we visit. This is a website called for Mobility 21. It's a transportation agency. They wanted to have it be pretty complex. Here you have their nav bar that we see, and they're able to change out their nav bar and so on. Here, these are all these are posts that they see. Instead of seeing them as blog posts, you see them as blog posts like you would see here. You see them as pictures. So if I were to click in here, or this one actually links to another site. Let me give you a better view of what's going on with that. Where is it? So here's one. So this links to a blog post. Welcome to the new Mobility 21. And so that is a blog post just like you would see if I went into here and did this comment test blog post. All right. So let's go back to their homepage real quick. And they have a lot of different things that they have on here as well. But that's how they wanted their WordPress website to look. You wanted your WordPress website to look a certain way as well. Here's another one. This is a bulldog veterinarian website where they actually use this as an e-commerce site. But here they have a static front page, and then they have different pages. You have your nav bar here, and say if I were to go into this area right here, bully maintenance, and then they have their page. This is a page that they have just like on here. There's a page that they have. And then finally we have a whole different one. This is a consultant slash speaker who has a couple of different books. His name's Neal Schaffer, and he uses his front page to sell his books. But he also has things from his blog and so on. And so when you click on all these different things, it changes what he wants to show. But if you actually go to his blog, it resembles a traditional WordPress blog. He has his nav bar up here. He has a couple of things that he wants. This is a kind of a sidebar widget type thing, but it's up on top. Then he has a sidebar down here, and it looks like a blog, right? So the whole idea is that you always have the same things with, even though they might look differently, you always have the same types of things in a WordPress website that you find all over the place. So keep that in mind when we're talking about certain things that are specific to the site that we're going through. Think about your website page. Think about your WordPress page. Now, don't get tempted to think that when I showed you all those other sites that, oh wow, I need to change the design of my site to be able to do what Mobility 21 does or what Neal Schaffer does or whatever. That's not the point. With WordPress websites, it's very easy, especially since you purchase this from someone who is likely to be really good. You want to trust them that they have guided you to be able to optimally sell to your market. And that's what the most important thing is. How do we optimally sell to your market with your website, right? So here, since we have just gone through a good overview of what WordPress is, the next video, we're going to go into the back end and start looking at some things and how to actually use certain things. All right, so hopefully you're excited. There's a lot to go through, and in the next videos, we're going to be digging in to the nuts and bolts of WordPress.